performance over the year, and in recent times, it's been relatively positive. So we think that the previous 2 days negative performance was, as you said, mainly down to profit taking. But I mean, this should be short term because you know, value investors would be taking advantage of this and picking up these stocks, which by and large still seem relatively undervalued.
What caused the upturn today?
Well, I mean, like you mentioned, two companies released their results today, and that basically would have sort of pushed up GTB because the expectation on Guaranty Trust Bank was that you know, it was definitely going to you know, post a good result, you know, coming from the recent experience of the banking industry and the flight to safety that you know, Guaranty Trust Bank enjoyed. But by and large, like I said, the stock market generally, the investor sentiment is, I think, is still up. Confidence is returning, and you know, the last 2 days was temporary, if anything, and we all sort of expected the pickup to resume, even though it's gradual.
All right, let's take a look at GT Bank's results. That's up. It's up about, its profit before tax rose about 3%, which is really marginal increases. Do you really think that this is a trend showing that the banking sector is posing some recovery?
Well, the banking sector as a whole, it's difficult to answer for the whole sector because, I mean, different banks you know, have, you know, different issues that they have to get over before they could generally get back on track. But Guaranty Trust Bank, I'd say that, in my opinion, that it's a trend that is likely to continue, at least in the short term. You know, at least until all the measures to clean up the industry are clear and have started yielding results for the whole industry in general. But for now, in the short term, some banking stocks will definitely do better or post better results than the rest of them.
Well, we know that the market reacted positively to the results that have come out. Do you expect the bourse to close in positive territory tomorrow?
Well, Friday usually is a slow trading day because the market generally likes to sort of have a rest and basically watch as things unfold for the week ahead. Well, looking at today's performance, which was slightly up, it's possible that the market would, you know, sort of trade sideways tomorrow.
Well, apart from the bank's results that have come out, the broader economy, MPC meeting begins its 2-day meeting in Abuja to look at the fiscal policy of Nigeria. In terms of how market is reacting to it, what do you think market is expecting out of the changes there?
Well, for this meeting, it's an emergency meeting, and it's one of the key issues that we believe is to be discussed at the meeting is the $500 billion facility investment in debentures to be issued by the Bank of Industry. So it's the federal government's investment in those debentures that that the Bank of Industry is to use to sort of lend to deposit money banks for, you know, onward lending to, you know, to boost or to facilitate infrastructure and power projects in Nigeria. We believe this is really the major focus of this meeting. But besides that, they could also possibly touch on other issues like the, you know, NPR and such. But we believe this is the major issue that they'll be discussing today. Because I mean, if we even look at the acting president's interview today with CNN, I believe that interview was either yesterday or today. But if you look at that interview, he did say that his focus was infrastructure and power. So I think that's one area where we really need to get things moving on in Nigeria so that the other areas could.
All right, so
are
you expecting the changes from the fiscal policy to affect the markets in any way?
Well, yes, once they're clear, it's possible, because in Nigeria, if we sort out power, then we've sort of solved half our problems, really, because the cost of doing business in Nigeria generally for all sectors, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's banking, whether it's food and beverages, the cost of actually supplying that electricity sometimes runs up to 30–40% or even more of the company's cost profile. So if that issue is addressed and there's confidence, I think a lot of people will take positions in these companies and in these sectors.